And here is Arseny Sevastianov from Finland, practicing for his semifinal match with Robbie Capito. The referee walking across is Eva Poskosilova from Czechia.
George, you sound like your hand is in front of your mic.
Like my hand is in front of my mic.
Yeah,
Is that better?
I don't know. Can you try again?
Is that better? Sebastian Arseny Sebastianov.
It just are you far away from your mic?
No, I'm right close to it, right here.
Oh, now it's
Okay, let's
better.
try that. What's that? Okay.
Yeah, this is
Perfect
better,
then.
much better.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you can hear that, all those differences. I can't hear the differences, so. But you guys are just so good.
I'm guessing. Trust me, I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyways, we start in 4. I gotta go to the restroom.
Bye.
Bye bye. And welcome back everybody to the JAX 10-ball Men's Open. 96 players have started their campaign this week and only 4 remain. This is the semi-final between Robbie Capito and Arseny Sebastianov. Hong Kong versus Finland. What a match we are supposed to be having here. I mean, I know I've been saying it a lot. We are having great matchups all over the place. Almost every match is amazing, but I really think we could be in for a real tight one. It's best out of 3 sets, races to 4. In the commentary booth is my good friend George Tejachea, together with myself, Tim de Ruiter. Welcome, George.
And thank you, Tim, for a fine introduction. And what a match we have here. 2 strong upcoming players. Robbie Capito having probably one of his best years with he won in Zantip 9-ball, and then he was in the semifinals in Hanoi, Mez Open, and the Philippine Open. But his opponent, Sebastianov, Arseny, actually finished second in the Philippine Open. So maybe they've had some history. Either way, it is Capito to break. And Capito's had kind of a, I don't want to call it an easy way to the finals, but he had a forfeit to start with, but then he had to defeat Darren Appleton, Gerson Martinez, Alex Kazakis, and Marco Tucher, your friend from the Netherlands and now living in New Zealand. So he's had no easy feat. He's had 3 very tough matches. Arseny, who's coming to the table now in this 10-ball match, 2 out of 3 races to 4. First one to win him. Took the scenic route, and he's had 8 matches as opposed to Capito's 4 matches. He defeated Yusu Kuriansky from Mexico, lost to Mario Hay from Austria, then defeated Eric Gonzalez, Puerto Rico, Timothy Fowler, USA, Franklin Hernandez from the USA, Donnie Mills making a appearance here on the PBS, and then Albin Ocean, and then he defeated Alex Montpellier from France. Alex having a great tournament and lost in the quarterfinals. He starts out with a good shot, good jump shot on the 2-ball, and another. He's just going to finish off the rack with jump shots.
Oh, that is very much possible. They are, well, the word is going around the room that this might be a very talented offensive player. So a very straight cueist, doesn't shy away from jump shots, doesn't shy away from anything offensive. The only thing I was looking for is any tactical weakness, because it's not gonna be his cueing.
Wow. This is one of the first times I get to watch him play. I do know that he has a notable win over Shane Van Boening in the Hanoi Open. So he's got, and of course that 2nd place finish in the Philippine Open. But this will be great to watch him play. Maybe this Finnish player can take the place of the late and great Mika Immonen from Finland.
Now Sebastianov missing the jump on the 3-ball, not by far, but has missed it. And a bit of a tricky cut for Capito, especially because the orange 5, I don't think it does go to the bottom right, which makes this a very tricky opening rack.
Well, there are early 10s available here, and I wouldn't shy away from calling the 10 and taking the cue ball up behind the 4. Because there's good cover for the 3-ball had he done it that way. But then you all have to remember I'm kind of a aggressive player. But it's not me, it's him that's in the box. And here comes Arseny.
And playing for the bump on the 6. A nice bump. Now definitely could try to go underneath the 5-ball for a possible 5-9 combination. unless I need to get my eyes checked. I've been mentioning that the last 6 months on the commentary. Because
You
this
have to
5 ball might
understand.
go.
Well, yeah, but we don't have the angle the players have, so we really we attempt to make those calls, but they're the ones with the eagle eye. Oh, wait a minute, he's out of the tournament. No more Jason Shaw. And they can see the shots, and he did have room to get by.
So you're telling me I don't have to get my eyes checked? That's great.
Nope. No, Tim. Forget
Good
the eye
news.
doctor.
Okay.
Find a psychiatrist.
Oh no. Now, that missed opportunity from Robbie does give the Finn a good chance to get going. He's a specialist in the billiards discipline Kaisa, very similar to Russian pyramid. That's where the straight queuing comes from. Also has played some snooker.
Well, that accounts for his aggressiveness, and that accounts for his pocketing, as you just mentioned, Tim. Now it's a matter of really playing with the top players in the world and seasoning your 9 and 10 ball game.
Yeah, I think he's missed a little bit of a trick there actually on the 8. I think with a bit of insight he could have pushed the 10 ball over in front of the corner, and with the 9 in front of the pocket should be quite easy to get those two. Now, ooh, bit of a gamble. Doesn't want to land. No, he's turned out great. I was gonna say if he lands just under it, could be nasty. But the opening rack goes to Sebastianov.
The referee is from Czechia, and that's Eva Poskosilova from the EPBF. And we are in Jacksonville, Florida, home base of Predator, as Predator Group brings you this men's JAX Open. We've had 3 tournaments here. One has come to a close, and that is the JAX Mixed Doubles with Allison Fisher and Jesus Atencio defeating runner-up Cho Che-Yu and Konrad Yushushin. Some interesting pairings, but some great pool, especially Atencio with a highlight shot that will be seen around the world here soon, with a little jump shot on a surrounded 3-ball to not be 3 fouled.
Oh, nice square hit from the side rail. Nothing going in though. I do recall him breaking from the center in the opening match he played on the TV table. I've seen some good results from the center actually, breaking on these tables. But yeah, a lot of players definitely opting for a bit of a safety in mind when things are not going their way.
Capito, with his 6-foot range, can get up over that ball. A lot of us vertically challenged players could not. Looks like he's calling the 10 ball, Tim.
Well, I kind of
He
like
says, "Why
him
not?"
hitting the left side of the 1, don't you think? Cue ball could land behind the 9.
Yeah, I like that shot a lot. That's, you know, for a person that doesn't play a lot of rotation pool, and to see the shot and have the presence of mind to call it, just because, I mean, he's just really trying to hit the ball and get safe. But this could happen.
Well, then still it's... I mean, he might have left a thin cut on at some distance. But then still, I think There was nothing wrong with the hit itself. Just slightly too thin or
Yep.
too thick. Just depends on, well, what you want the feedback on.
Let's see if he places the cue ball behind the 4 here. No, he's going to place the 1 ball up there. Trying to get behind the 10. Okay. Not trying, he did. Another 2-rail hit, Tim, to the half a ball on the 1.
Yeah, quite similar. But yet, so much more dangerous with the 1 ball being so close to the 4. Yeah, looked to be a bit short in the beginning. And ball in hand for Robbie.
Going for the 3 foul. Changed his mind. Now he'll just go for the run out, as it once he opens this ball up, it pretty much is open. You'll have to be careful with position for the 4. So we have to be careful on getting on the 3.
Well, it might be better to just take the angle. Don't do too much with the cue ball as he just done. Could choose to go 2 rails forward, bring the cue ball all the way to the right long rail. Could also go back to the center, big stun, center of the table.
Capito having a great year, I'm telling you. He's playing very well. Did well in the doubles with Sosoa. He's played doubles with her a couple times now.
Well, his life changed quite a bit in this year. Not just the good results he's having on the table, but he's been getting a little bit more sponsorship here and there. He's opened his own billiard lounge, I believe. I'm not too sure exactly. I'm working on getting the name out. But he's definitely got his own practice space now, which himself and his girlfriend Sosoa will definitely be using.
Tim, is that in Hong Kong or in the Philippines?
Well, I have found out the name is the Capito Lounge, but yet I'm actually trying to find out where it's located. Free promotion for Robbie.
Well, he'll send the check later.
Let me see. Hong Kong. It's in Hong Kong.
Okay.
So if you're ever in
born
Hong Kong, send Robbie a message if you're ever in Hong Kong. Looks like a nice place. Anyways, so yeah, a lot has changed for him, and yeah, you can see he's becoming a little bit different of a player. I think some years back he was very loose, and everything was just a bit wild. I think everything is more in line. He's more settled. His life come together, maybe a bit better too. Ooh, this is a bit much though, or does it stop in time? A little bit more of a shot needed.
You know, and along the lines of what you were just talking about, his cue ball has gotten a lot tidier. And he's been having much better results. So, as you said, maybe having your own practice space is going to pay dividends, big dividends.
Yeah, yet choosing not to do too much on that 9 ball. He's on the rail, always awkward queuing.
I can tell you he didn't choose to be on the rail. Didn't matter. He took it down, and we're tied at 1 in this first race to 4. You know, of the 2 out of 3 races in this format, this first set, I believe, is the most important because it sets the tone for the next one coming up. It can relieve some pressure, but it also can create some pressure, just like making the first ball in the game and the last ball in the game. So, you know, that's one of the things I just noticed is that traveling as much as these pros do, going from country to country to chase some of these tournaments, health issues can pop up real quick. As we've seen some of the players, a couple of the players here and there, not completely up to par health-wise. Game number 3. Shot on the 1, but no ball down. And now we get to watch this young man from Finland. He's 22 years of age. He's a 764 Fargo compared to his 817 opponent. Interesting, playing with a wrapless cue. Is that wrapless or? Yeah, it sure seems
yes.
like it. Yeah. This 5 ball's a little. He's going to come back and shoot it in the same pocket.
Or he plays a stop shot behind the 10. Looks quite straight.
I think with the ability, with where the 6 ball lays and the fact that he could get behind the 8 ball, might have been a good shot. He chose the safety, and it's a darn good one. Good call there, Tim. I don't like letting my opponent come to the table.
No, I get it, but I think he just landed so obvious on it, you know, like it was so difficult to say no to a straight stop shot. And he's also brought the 5 ball nicely under the 7. Is Robbie trying to arc around the 9?
No, he was trying to go too red around it, yeah.
Yeah, but that was, well, he's missed it by a bit, let's say like that. I mean, I'm not sure how much he actually could arc around it. the 9 did come into play quite a bit there on the 2 rail.
And safety number 2.
I mean, in the end, he executes the ball really straight, and he makes sure that his opponent is frozen on the ball all over. Well, he's definitely going to create opportunities for himself to run out. Do you fancy going 3 rails? Yeah, I like
2.
this, going 3 rails.
Like 3?
I kind of feel like
sure
the 8 might be playing a little bit going 2 rails.
Actually, after he's measuring the way he is, it looks like it might be playing. He doesn't think it is. He's going 3. He's going to use the long rail next to the 5. And a nice hit.
Any luck? Well, I mean, it's not luck. He's made a solid hit, and I think still Arseny is going to bank this and bring the cue ball to the top side of the 6 ball. If he doesn't, that means the table must be playing tight.
I'm sure it is by now. That Apex table has 9 and an 1/8 inch pockets. He's going to use the 10 ball for cover, the 6 ball to block the long rail.
Well, that means the jump bank for Capito. I mean, and still, you got to say, perfect speed from Arseny on the 5 ball. This is makeable, though. Quite a full hit.
Yeah. Capito's good with the jump cue. But apparently not that good on that shot anyway. You don't always have to hit him perfect.
Well, not everything is a guaranteed in pool.
You're very right, Tim.
Yeah, still finishing a bit funny here and there, as you can see, small angle. He's not liking the fact that he will be landing with a bit of an angle on the 7 ball. So trying to get straighter. Ooh.
Oh.
Hit that a bit wide. So another safety, cue ball in between the short rail and the 8. Called the double bank just in case. Don't think it will be speedy enough to make it there, but who knows.
It's got to go. I think it went enough. Well, these 3 balls to break the tie here and go a game up in this all-important first race to 4. Another little arc shot, Tim.
Yeah, low right spin. No, he went around the 9. How does this finish? That's no good.
And keep in mind, it's winter break and early 10s are a win except on the break. They'll be respotted after the break. So that 7 ball almost finished in a very nice location for Arseny.
Well, 1 rail come out, center of the table. So a bit of a strategy battle in his third rack. Robbie, most of it just kicking, had a little bit of a chance on the jump bank, but it was not the right moment for him, I guess. So it is Sebastianov taking the third rack.
Breaking in game number 4 here. After Capito has taken the last 2 games. Oops. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Sebastiani won the last game. I looked up at the score. Was the score wrong? Looked at the scoreboard and it had Capito with 2 games.
Well, it's easy to hit the wrong button once in your life.
I do it a lot more than once. I think in our last match I hit the mute button about 4 times and didn't realize it.
Well, then again, it's been a long week. A lot of matches. Always proud to be involved, but some of them 3, 4, 5 hours at times.
Yes, so we've had some good matches and some long matches, and we've had some great pool here in Jacksonville, Florida, with the 3 tournaments, the women's WPA World 9-Ball Championships. We'll have the finals this evening, probably right after this match.
Well, I do believe the men's final will be played after this first. And then we close out all the events in Jacksonville with the World 9-Ball Championship.
And you are correct. The men's final comes up at 5:30. The women's final comes up at 7:30. And the thing about the women's final is that final could take 3 hours or more. It's a 3 out of 5 races to 4 playing 9-ball.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why they put the women's final for the latest match for today. Easier for the scheduling, of course.
Yeah, the great thing about that for all the pool fans is it gives them all evening to watch here on Sunday. And all afternoon. They can just chill in front of their TV set. But if they're chilling in front of the TV set later on, it won't be you and I, Tim.
Well, that's probably why they're tuning in.
Now, I don't mean to lose viewers, but on Table 1, we're also streaming the other semifinal. And Joshua Filler has just taken the first set over Aloysius Yap in this 2 out of 3 semifinal. These races to 4. A premier lineup there. 2 of the hottest players in pool. Yap having a fantastic year. And Joshua, of course, being a fantastic player. And probably the only guy that can stop Yap at this point in his career. Well, I hope I didn't lose 400. Oh, we gained. We gained viewers. Thank you, folks.
Well, in that case, I would like to welcome everybody to the
That's right.
semi-final of this JAX Men's Open. I still think this might be a better match than Filler against Yap, so glad everybody's tuning in on this. This might be a true battle. The other one might go real fast.
Look at this shot here he has. If he can't cut the ball, he looks like he can't cut the ball. Look what a nice shot he'd have going off the right side of the 5, 2 rails behind the 8. But look what an easy shot he has doing that. But the kick and stick is on here. He can kick this ball, stop the ball behind the 6, and go 2 rails around. Just miss the 9, and he should be in good shape.
Yeah, the only risk for Robbie is the fact that at that pace, he was most likely not going to get a full hook, like cover on the 5 ball. But he chose to at least just get it past the side pocket. And are we going to see a small roll up maybe, just softly into the right side of the 5?
He might be able to roll the ball past the 7-8. It's awfully tough. Oh, no, it's not going to need any try. He's trying the 8 ball or just... Well, this ball banks to the side pocket.
Yeah, I'm in. I mean, cue ball will go off the 7, 2 cushions towards the 6. It's all about making the ball. You should get on the 6 ball until, well, except if the 7 ball acts a bit funny in between, but no, he doesn't like it.
What he did was much higher percentage, Tim. But again, he might be able to hold the cue ball behind the 7. Same way Capito tried.
Oh, sweet.
Now I think the 7 is away for a 3-rail kick on the 5. Jump
Yeah,
cue.
I think the only option is jumping this indeed, or masse rail first. Well, that will
Good
work.
result. Good result, containing. Doesn't just flat sell out.
Oh, some great tactical shots. You know, playing these kind of shots, if you have the speed wrong, you just leave cross sides all the time, you know. But when you play them right, you just feel your opponent is in trouble trying to figure something out. Just like this one. If you leave it in the open, the return is quite easy. With the 10 ball laying right in between, Actually pressures the opponent quite a bit. Has to go 2-rail kick over the left. Has to hit it full. Hopefully not scratch in the corner. No, he caught it a bit off. And has left the 5-ball open. This might be the chance to get on the hill for Arseny.
And he's going to have to come over for the 7-ball in the upper left-hand corner. He's shooting the upper right-hand corner here. And got there. Easily got there. Looking good to close out these last 3 balls. And one of these players is going to go on to play either Joshua Filler or Aloysius Yap. Joshua with his 857 Fargo, and Yap with an 839 Fargo. But both of these players in these short races can hold their own. Short races to 4. Meanwhile, Sebastianov goes ahead by 2 games and now leads 3-1 in the first set. Big break here from the left side.
Yeah, then again, not much. Has left the 1-ball over the corner with, I would say, shape on the 2 quite easy. He's just checking, does he have the full ball?
Not sure. I don't think he's sure. Yeah, from this angle, it looks like he does.
Well, and he could always, I was going to say, he could masse around it. He's guaranteed to be on the 2-ball or even a jump.
I think he took your advice and went with the even a jump.
Ooh. Yeah, I kind of feel like he was supposed to make that, and he kind of, his body language also looked like he felt like he was supposed to make it. So now the initiative with Sebastianov to close it out.
Decided to shoot that in the corner pocket, bringing the cue ball up. He's got to come above the 8 if he's going to go that far. Or is he going to come from down? He's going to come from the bottom here and not try to risk getting above those balls, the 7 and the 8. Less cue ball movement. Always makes for a better shot.
Yeah, if he lands straight from this 3 to the 4.
Eva Poskosilova, Czechia, your referee. Nice close-up of her focus and intensity at the table. These referees work hard, travel a lot, keeping up with these pro players.
Well, bit straight. Is he going to draw to the short side, or is he still going to try and not run into the 6? Or maybe he actually purposely played the bump on the 6.
I think he was going around it, Tim. In my opinion.
Well, I won't be the one that asks him after the match.
Either way, it worked, and it's irrelevant.
Yeah, you can see he's very confident in the open positions. I would say he could still draw away from the 9 and land in between the 9 and the side pocket. For a second I was thinking maybe he's actually thinking about just running into the 9, but I like this a lot more.
And these 2 balls will close out the set. And set number 1 to the young man from Finland, Arseny Sevastyanov.
Yeah, as you can see, Robbie Capito leaving the arena, followed by Arseny, but he was in a little bit less of a rush. It has been a little bit of a grind. We haven't seen too many break-and runs, but if you look at the player overall performance, I have to say it's a bit worrying for Robbie. 1 foul, 2 missed shots, has only pocketed 13 balls. No success after the break, less table time. I mean, Arseny is playing a strong set. I mean, every time he didn't favor himself, he played a good safety.
Well, anytime you're up over 900 in the overall player performance, you're doing well. Rarely do you play 900 plus or 950 plus and lose. The safety department, Arseny is doing well, but he's only drawn 1 foul. He's only missed 1 ball, as you mentioned. And time at the table is glaring. And that's about right, because Robbie has 1 game, 20% of the games played, and down by 2/3 to 1 in table time. Predator has released the schedule for next year. In 2026, Predator will have 8 stops with $3.6 million in prize money, made possible by the sponsors. As sponsorships grow, purses grow, and so do events. But the sponsors are Little Monster, Yalin, Predator Group, Kamui brand, WPA, SamsungTV, Pro Billiard TV, and Box Billiards. And these events are played on the best equipment in the world. Predator Apex tables with 4 1/8 inch pockets, the Predator Arco balls on the Predator Arcadia cloth, and lighted by the Predator Arena lighting. They even get to use the Predator bridge and the AeroRack. And which brings to mind that PredatorQs.com has all these available for purchase, along with a lot of apparel, a lot of cues, gloves, chalk, and it's Christmas time. Get it ordered. But in 4 days, you might not get it in time for Christmas. Just show them the purchase order and say it's coming.
Yeah.
The women's... Go ahead, Tim.
No, well, actually, I'm curious about your story about the women's.
Oh, my story about the women's is we've seen some fantastic pool, Tim. Gosh, we've seen some great pool. We just had a great match between Fu Chao Fang and Christina Tkach, the winner, to meet Soa Soa in the final at 7:30, and the winner was Christina Tkach. And what a fine match they had.
Yeah, 3 straight sets, both semifinals actually, 3 straight sets. So looking forward to the final. If they play the same way, we might have one that goes all the way.
Yeah. But we've seen some amazing matches. We've had in the women's, we've had 8 returning champions in this, returning women's world 9-ball champions in this tournament. Not often do you have that many, champions in the same tournament, especially since one of them was from 2010 coming back. And then we had the 4-time champion of the women's world 9-ball, Alison Fisher, in the semifinal, losing to Soa Soa. But we're back to this match in set number 2. Sevastyanov to break. Leaves a jump shot.
Things are turning out a bit scrappy though, either sides. Many not making a ball. Now also it's not like they're leaving something to go for. So a lot of safety innings every rack. Sure makes it a true real battle, but it also kills a little bit of the flow and the momentum. I mean, Arseny Sevastyanov, nicknamed the Flash. Well, we have not seen much of a Flash yet. I mean, the game doesn't really allow him yet to start running around the table.
I don't know about Arseny being called the Flash, but I got to witness the Flash, the real Flash in action. And that real Flash is Cheska Centeno. And we saw plenty of her in the women's 9-ball championship, losing in the quarterfinals to the runner-up finalist, Christina Tkach. Do you like that 2 rails coming around between the window and the 3-6 and get behind those? 6-8-7?
Yeah, I feel like you have to play. You only got to focus on the cue ball. There's not much that can go wrong with the object ball, I feel. Oh, he's caught it real thick. He was playing for a 310. Well, he's got the cover behind the 310, but I just don't think you could have done that much with the cue ball. I don't think the cue ball behind the 4 was an option on what he's just played.
Got to be careful with this one ball. He wants to hit 2 rails. I guess he wants to hit the top side of the one now and send it up behind the 3 balls by the side pocket. That's a pretty smart shot. If he can get it there, because if he hits on the inside of it, it might scratch off the 1. Just like that. Perfect. This is a tough ball to hit. He only has really that angle he's just pointed out.
So he's trying to go 2 rails, sending the 1 into the 7. Cue ball towards the 2-5-4, hoping for cover. It's all right though. I mean, oh, well, the 7 is going to drop, but I don't think that's going to change Arsenie's mind. No way he's going to give this back.
You mean he doesn't want to kick crows into a ball? Come on, everybody looks forward to that shot, Tim. He's looking for a safety here. Right behind the 10.
Oh.
He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. He might find himself in a little bit of trouble here.
Now, I'm not sure if he can go directly, cutting the 1 into the 8. The other shot I kind of would like to play is you could kick at this. Kick, and the cue ball goes 1 ball, long rail, and nick the 8 ball in.
One thing for certain is I don't even think he looked at that. He's looking at the kick all the way. Oh, he used the cue ball.
Sweet shot.
Oh, he used the cue ball there. What a good shot.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, they call this a tiki in Carom. I love it. Well, just one good shot from the 2 to the 3 ball. Could go around the 310. Also draw straight back. Drawing straight back. Sometimes you will cheat the pocket a bit and be too low. But it looks to be a little looser than the first set. First set maybe a bit tight. I mean, early nerves. A lot of money at stake as well.
You mean they're playing for money? For $30,000 first prize? The loser of this match is going to settle for for $7,000. It's a semifinal. Second place is $14,000, and the quarterfinalists all made $3,500. The other 2 made $3,500. Excuse me, the other 4. And 9th through 16th was $1,750. 17th through 32 was $875. So if you came into the top 32, it paid your meals. And Capito takes the opening game in the second set.
Yeah, needs to make a big run for it if he still wants to make the final. Needs to win this set and another one. He technically needs 2 sets in a row, 2 races to 4 to advance to the final. While Arseny just only needs 1 good set out of the 2.
And keep in mind, if they are tied at 3 in the final set, we have a shootout. We've seen a couple of those now on the stream. And Aloysius Yap now leads 2-1 in the second set over Joshua Filler. That might pan out to be an epic match. It could go all the way to a shootout. Problem with that, though, is that both of those players, if they settle in and go on a roll, it usually means racks. And if you're running racks, it's a short race.
Well, one of the rare breaks, actually, making a ball and a shape. Probably just looking. Is he going to run into the 5 ball? I think that's the plan.
He might come between the 3 and the 5, towards the 2. See if he can slow it up. He went right into the 5 and stopped it. Pocketed the 5. Nice roll here.
Yeah, maybe tricky still with the 6. 6 to the 7. I mean, you never know what angle you're gonna have. You can try to get straight and then leave yourself the wrong angle towards the 10. I'd rather probably float this in and be on the right side of the angle than on the left side.
Just anywhere besides the bottom rail. Don't want to leave it against the rail. Got a little straight, but he can. He's got just a hair of an angle that he can come back and move the cue ball to the middle of the table.
Well, probably could not have landed better than he did just there. You could see the crowd clapping, or at least someone in the crowd clapping. Now, I think he can still play this real soft, right? Baby the ball in and play the 10 in the upper. Or is he going to do more?
Either that or he might come around 3 rails for the pot. There he goes, right around it and
Wow.
gets straight into the 10 for the same pocket. Both preference. And Capito now with a 2-game lead in the second set. He says, "I'm not going away, young man. You might be from Finland, and your hero is Mika Immonen, but I'm from Hong Kong, but I'm of Filipino origin or heritage, and we play some pool in the Philippines." So here we are on USA soil with international players. Players are on a time clock, folks. If you haven't noticed, you hear the beeps quite a bit. But you can see the time clock just left of your scoreboard on your screen. And they have 60 seconds after the break to plan their strategy or attack. And then 30 seconds per shot with 1 extension. Six ball has a chance, not anymore. Nice opening for Arseni. Look at this 210 combo.
Well, I gotta say, I cannot imagine him going for that, George. It's lining up half a diamond out.
I gotta say the 2-ball is about half an inch to an inch away, and oh, that's a good inch away. Very playable. He's not playing it. You called it, Tim. He might have to play it now because well, never mind. No.
He could, no, but from this angle, he could really play it.
Yes, he
he's
could.
Looking at it like from this angle, he's laying not so bad.
The reason I wouldn't play for the run is that the 10 ball kind of hinders the shot, the position shot on the 3. And there's enough space there. I would have played for the combo all day. But I understand if he does.
Yeah. I didn't really like the combination from the beginning, but from this angle being on the high side, I definitely like your shot, and it looks like a pretty full hit too, so
Sure.
It's not a precise cut, it just... No, he did go for...
Yeah, he sure did.
Wow.
See, whenever shots are lined up like that, to me, I kind of hesitate because I know I'm going to hit the 10 ball, and a lot of times it goes straight to the pocket. But he knew just how much he was going to hit it and felt very confident about that not happening. If I'm not mistaken, Capito has had a run-in with maybe both opponents that he might face if he wins this semifinal. Because Capito did win the UK Open, the 2024 UK Open. And I believe Josh probably played in that, so they may have played each other.
This is an interesting shot too. The fact that he's playing for the 6 off the 8. Small window to play. And is pushing the 8 over towards the 7, so a bit tricky.
So, some of our viewers are providing some great information for us, Tim. Capito securing a significant win over Joshua Filler in the UK Open. That satisfies my curiosity. But then, in 2025, Capito ended Yap's long streak in the Hanoi Open, where Capito made the semis. So thank you.
Well, indeed, the chat very interesting, and I kind of like. I usually don't go over the comments, but I kind of like pro level AVG's comment about Arseny actually plays fast, and he does really play fast. It's just that if the balls are just not moving that great, you know, if you never get a shot after the break, it can be so difficult to maintain rhythm and to, you know, get into a solid stroke if the balls are just not dictating that.
Well, I will say we have some of the, and I've said this, some of the best pool fans in the world, and a lot of those pool fans a lot of times help us out with information. I've gotten very, very good information, especially when you have relatives watching and that'll sit there and chat and give up some information for us to let the world know something about these guys. We really appreciate that information.
Well, a little bit of hesitation on that 8. You could see Robbie's body language kind of trying to help the ball in.
And now to get on the 10 ball. And Capito to take a 3-0 lead. And there it is. And you know, the viewer you mentioned, Pro Level, I see him a lot in the chats. And then the young man that gave me, that I got the information about those two wins from Capito was Carson Jeffrey. And I've actually played him I think I played him in a California tournament, or I forget what it was. But I did get a chance to play him in a tournament. Good viewer, good information. Thanks, guys.
Well, to get back to the match, Robbie now on the hill in the second set. 3-0 lead. That means we are very close to a deciding set. In the meantime, you can hear some claps on the TV table. Joshua Filler, he is on the double hill. Won the first set and up 3-2 against Aloysius Yap. Now we really haven't seen too many balls flying in on the break. Maybe this time.
Well, he's given it a lot of attention and a lot of warm-up. Let's see what he delivers.
Oh, I love the way he struck this one. He deserves a bit more. Oh. Not sure he's made two. I'm not sure the cut on the 2-ball might be blocked a bit by the 9. The 9 might be pushing the 2-ball out. The good news is he could play a safety, the cue ball, under the 10. But obviously he's only going to play that safe if he knows this 2-ball won't be able to go. He is lining up for it. He has to make sure he doesn't catch the 9 too full. And that's easier said than done from the commentary booth. Yeah, that was the risk. I mean, he took the risk. He was 3-0 up. He said, I want to close out with a breaker run, keep the momentum and run into the third set. Now it's all about this young man at the table. Can he make somewhat of a turnaround? Can he possibly nick the 8 a little bit with top left spin, excuse me. Moving the 8 a little bit and bringing the cue ball back out.
Yeah, if he can catch it with a little bit of inside English, he can come out for the 4 real nice. He just missed the 8 entirely. Maybe he just doesn't want to move it.
Well, he was kind of looking at bumping maybe the 10 there, but then still either way, he's missed both.
Yeah. Either way, he's going to need a good angle on the 7 ball to get good on the 8. He's might be in a little trouble here.
Yeah, definitely one of those shots where I have no idea what he specifically played for, but he's still on the 6.
Well, looks like he wants to leave the cue ball to the left of the 7 and maybe just stop it. He's missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a little cute with the position from the 5 to the 6 and paid the price.
Yeah, that means, I mean, this 6 ball is ideal for Robbie to give himself just the angle he needs on the 7 to get to the short side of the 8. I have to say, I am not a huge fan of the position he has given himself. And especially going with low left. It's so easy to run too long and scratch in the bottom right as the cue ball opens up quite a bit on the 2nd cushion.
He's going to come, he's going to draw the ball 2 rails to the long rail and come for the 8 in the left-hand corner to him.
I know.
He's not going to try to mess with it.
No, I'm saying he could scratch to the bottom right.
Yeah.
Because the cue ball opens up a lot on the 2nd rail.
I still think he hits above the 1st diamond.
Are you sure?
No, not anymore. You called it. Oh, my friend Tim. What a good call there.
The problem is that you have to draw the cue ball so deep into the short rail, the top short rail, that, yeah, that's why I said I just didn't like the angle he's given himself on the 7. And Arseny, well, he's definitely going to pick up these 3 balls.
Wow, that was a very expensive error by Capito. He should have been listening to your commentary, Tim. From now on, I will listen to. Jeez, what a good shot, buddy.
Well, yeah, the worst thing is I've done that so often that I by now recognize that can go wrong. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
well, same here. But I usually, from that angle, it looked like the middle diamond is where you usually end up with the cue ball. Because, well, I I'd rather play a lot of high right on that shot than low left. And so I practice those every so often, and that's usually where I come in. But Capito paid the price there. Big one.
Well, there's always a difference. They are playing on still quite brand new cloth, which the spin just stays on the cue ball a lot longer. To where if you're on the older cloth, the ball actually gets a lot shorter. So the thing is, what you probably do on the older cloth won't work for them on this. And by the way, just saying, the 10 ball on the break does not count as a win. But he can continue. He does have a shot on the 2. You could see the Finn making a run for it though. I mean, it's a difficult run out with how the 4 is laying, and the 6 might not go by the 9. But I would be freewheeling if I were Arseny. I would be feeling so happy to even get back to the table in the set.
Yeah. And that's what makes it more of a danger for Capito. Is that it's shots like that that allow your opponent to hang around when you should have beat them in the set, and they come back and bite you right on the hand.
Well, he has landed a bit straight. The good news is if he draws the cue ball back where it is now, I think the cut will still be on the 4 ball. The other option is draw all the way back or go all the way to the top short rail and play safety behind the 8. That's how he did win the first set. He's landed a bit weird. Still has the cut. Has to avoid running into the 5 ball.
I think he wants to run into the 5 ball and push it in front of the pocket.
No, he's playing the safety in mind. He has called it straight back. I'm very sure he's just trying to play a stop shot with the 8. And he's lost the cue ball.
Well, but he hasn't lost the 4.
And that little nudge of the 9 has also opened up the 6.
This is a tough shot, but is it a Z shot? Yes, it is. Zorro rides again. Nope, he's going one rail, gonna just come up and leave the 4 above the 6. Or next to the 6. Nope, went further. A little softer, would have got him cover. He's called the 4 ball in the somewhere corner. He's just putting the cue ball behind the 9 here.
Oh, the return. Well, he's not gonna like the leave. I did make a legal hit there. I'm not sure if he played on
Sure.
2 opportunities there, but
Well, You know, that's a very common shot in 3-cushion billiards, and when they go by it the first time, they might be playing at 5 rails to begin with. But since it's close to going by there, it nails it on the second.
Yeah, definitely always better than ball in hand. And now, I mean, the only thing that Robbie could do, of course, was trying to make a solid hit and hopefully have it work out.
Well, now we see how important that scratch was for Mr. Capito. He had his opponent on 3-0 and just needed the one game to close him out, that one shot to close him out, and he lost the cue ball. And now he's at 3-2 with his opponent breaking, and the momentum not in his favor.
But this is something I mean, he's played it well, but I am not going to risk myself going around the 10 there. But he's starting to speed up his 10. It's now 3-2. He's 2 racks away from a place in the final.
And he's also 53 points under his opponent in Fargo rating. And the way Fargo, the way they run Fargo rated tournaments, Capito would have to be giving Arseni a game on the wire. 50 points difference. But at this level, you know, over 750, I'm sorry. If you need a game on the wire, stay home. Who wants to play? Especially short races.
Oh, look at this, making the one. Cue ball still spinning, so that buys him extra time actually to check the table. It's a sweet trick. I might start breaking with max spin.
Well, that's what momentum does for you. When you start hitting him good, you start breaking him good.
Yeah, look at this lovely layout. 7 goes into the side, connects with the 8. The 8 brings you back down table for the 9 and the 10. So you would almost say that this 3 ball to the 4 is key shot, which, I mean, I'm quite sure George and I, we could at times we could make this ball and cross over for the 4.
You're the 700 plus Fargo.
Well,
I'm not.
You still have to play
I'm 90 years
occasionally.
old. I'm 90 years old, dude.
Well, you still have to
Yeah,
enter tournaments to prove yourself, and oh, he's pushed to 7. Just that little bit awkward. Not impossible, but would have loved to have that still over the side.
Well, our stands are starting to get some people in them. And that's because Joshua Filler has defeated Aloysius Yap in 2 straight sets. And he defeated him 4-1, 4-3. And I think, to tell you the truth, the way Yap has been playing, I think Joshua Filler was the only guy in the tournament that could take down Yap. But I will say, in these short races, it could be done by others.
Well, he is playing for the tricky one, just next to the side pocket point. He's left himself alone, but actually he has given himself a chance.
You know, the sad part is this is a risky shot. It looks like he'll catch the point, but it could drop into the side pocket if he's going to cut it down the rail. Is he going rail first? No.
No, he just jinxes. Absolutely just jinxed it. How well has he cued that shot?
Oh, wow. Yeah. One shot away from closing out Arseni, Capito scratches, and Arseni rattles off 3 games to tie things up at 3, going on to try to win that 4th game to force a 3rd and final set. So Josh Filler has to wait maybe a little longer to see who he's going to play. Because one of these opponents has proven that he can step up and win, so it's not a giveaway. There's 2 gentlemen. It just came over. Any big names in the crowd there, Tim, that you see? Oh, there's a little fluffy.
Well,
thing.
yeah. I was just looking at the dog, actually.
Thanks, Tim. That's what I was. One ball straight in. 2 ball in. Where's the 1 ball, a 3 ball going to the middle of the bottom rack? Interesting. A good safety can win him the set. It'll be a good safety and a good run out because that 5-6 are trouble. And the 7 too.
Well, he has called it just in case. But that just in case, I feel like he has to hit it quite bad actually to bank the 3 ball in the corner.
Well, I think he's trying. Well, go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
Well, he is going to bring the cue ball 1 or 2 rails behind the 9. Banking the 3 ball over to the 3 and the 10.
Yeah, Capito's getting in the jump cue. It's not much of a jump. He's got just a slight edge. He might be able to play this with his playing cue. If he has a hard tip on his playing cue, you just elevate a little and you'll get over that 9. He's going to end up smelling like a rose.
Yeah, could have sold out the whole set there, missing the jump. But he's got the cover behind the 9. How to get any cover? This is a difficult position to be in. If I might like to go in between the 6 and the 9 into the short rail, and then trying to catch the right side of the 3, bringing the cue ball near the 5-6, but I'm not even sure what he's called. The 9 in the corner of the 6.
Yeah, and if he gets on the inside, as you mentioned, Tim, that cue ball could slide up by the 6-5 and play safe. It's a tough one, but he's going on the outside coming in instead of on the inside coming out.
I mean, he's still in it.
Sure. He's gonna nibble this. Well, no, because Robbie can nibble this and get between the 6-7, get that window between the 6-7, and he's got him dead hook between the 6 and the 5. Look at this angle; it's perfect.
Well, and yet, I have to say, I like the fact that he was using the 7 to stay behind the 5-6, but it would have been nice to get closer on the 6, or maybe even not giving the kick over the bottom short rail. He's running out of time. 3 seconds. Kicked it. Is he leaving? He's left it on.
And the rack is now open. A run out by Capito forces the 3rd set. He's got to bring this home.
Yeah, the only thing you could maybe see anything go wrong is maybe on the 8. But the 7 should lay pretty nicely to play for the 8 in the left center.
Yeah, this match is worth $7,000 to these players. The winner moves on to be guaranteed $14,000. The loser takes home $7,000. But there's another $16,000 to be won if you can beat Joshua Filler.
I cannot imagine him playing for the 8 in the corner. The 2 rail, 3 rail shape. Yeah, I like the 8 in the sides, but he's been taking a lot of time.
See, I kind of agree with, I think what's going through his head is that it's hard to get right exactly where you want to get for the side pocket, because if you don't get there, then you have to run the cue ball to get position elsewhere.
And that's the shot. That's the shot that's supposed to take this set to Robbie Capito. 9 and the 10 in the same side.
I'm taking those balls out before I shoot this 10 ball. I'm going to ask for an extension. If he has one, he does. There you have
That
it.
does mean we are going to a decider. That means this set is for a place in the final. If we go 3 each, we'll go to a deciding shootout. Winner of this match meeting Joshua Filler after this match at 5:30 local time.
And Michael Salmon comes through, the pool stat guy comes through with the stats in a timely fashion. And we are looking at Arseni with a great safety efficiency of 94%. We're also looking at Arseni at a overall player performance of 906 for the match. Rather high. Let's see, time at the table. Arseni more time at the table in the second set, but overall even a lot more time, but yet Capito comes away with the win. Capito had 3 games in a row there, and then Arseni came back with his own 3. And then after a little bit of a battle, Capito succeeds in taking off the set. Break success, Tim? About the same, not too much difference in the second set. Ball's pocketed. Capito stole it. Safety returns, fouls drawn, close enough to be called even. Missed shots in the second set, both at 2. And the score was Hill, so it should be close in every way. But now we're in for a third and final set. And can we get into a shootout? Either way, Josh Filler awaits the winner of this match. And while the players are out a little bit, I'll step out and be right back. And back we are for all you viewers out there. We now have over 2,000. We thank you very much. On YouTube anyway, and many viewers on Pro Billiard TV. Shout out to our sponsors. Never mind, the players are back. And set number 3 with Capito breaking as he won the lag and broke first. And if it does go to a shootout, we'll have choice to go first and pick the side to shoot to. Meanwhile, set number 3 scores 0-0. And Robbie Capito versus Arseny Sevastanyov. Capito from Hong Kong. Sevastanyov from Finland. Goes, ooh, I thought the 6 ball was going to go down, but the 1 ball did. Oh, nice open on the 2. 3 ball lane in front. And Tim de Ruyter is going to explain how to run this rack out.
No pressure. No, just
Tim.
kidding. Well, if you play low left on this, and I'm just trying to see if there's any problems, but I would have to say,
I don't see it.
even if you tap the 3 ball in, it's automatically giving angle on the 4 to drop to the 5. Now the main thing is try to not get straight on the 5, and I think technically any angle could bring you up to the 6. I think the main thing is not to get straight on your next ball. I think most of the angles on all the balls work, so this is a great layout for Robbie to actually take the lead after a very long time ago.
Well, the pool stat guy has come through with some great stats for us as far as comparing the players that have been on the streams, and Robbie has been on the stream 1 time with 2 break-in runs, 64 balls pocketed, a safety efficiency of 80%, and a break success of 86. His opponent, Arseny, has been on the stream 1 time with 0 break-in runs, 64, same number of balls pocketed, safety efficiency of 69%, and break success of 43. So we see that Robbie does break better, according to those stats, excuse me. And his safety efficiency, again, is higher. And break-in runs, he has 2-0. And the guy...
And he has landed with the perfect angle on the 6, I was going to say. Just to cross over the center of the table.
Yeah, from right here, it's really, if he doesn't get out, then he should be in trouble. But something I'd like to point out in reading these stats is we have the same stats on Joshua Filler and Aloysius Yap. Aloysius, of course, is not with us anymore as Joshua has defeated him. But in 2 TV matches, Filler has 1 break-in run, 151 balls pocketed, which is understandable. He's been up on the TV match twice now instead of once. Safety efficiency the same as Capito's, but his break success is below both of these guys playing here. And in a short race, that could prove to be a big decider. But having a great break and getting out afterwards is one thing, is the most important thing. Filler does that very, very well.
Yeah, so far everything has been perfect.
Very, very interesting stats. And we always thank the pool stat guy. Here comes the cue ball. He's going forward.
Well, cheating the pocket and taking a bit more cut on the 10. I was indeed assuming that he was going to draw at least the cue ball backwards, but
Oh, I was going to say he's going to slam it in reverse and step on the gas. And takes the opening game. Now let's see if he can capitalize on that break success and turn this set into a runaway. Gaining momentum to go into his final.
well, that's another thing. I mean, most of the people are probably thinking, well, Joshua just played the final there against Aloysius Yap in the semifinal. He's easily going to wipe out the winner of this match. But then, how often have I seen Robbie or Arsene in this situation? For example, they get through this match just barely, but that gives them just enough of a confidence boost where they can tell themselves, hey, listen, just let's free roll in the final. And then suddenly they beat Filler. Like this does happen. So I wouldn't be too surprised if the winner of this match gives Filler a run for his money.
That's one way to put it, Tim. I'll put it a little bit different. When you're the underdog in a match, what do you have to lose? You're supposed to lose. So playing just really frees you up and you play pressure free. And those are the times you can really play some great pool. And Robbie has proven that he can beat Feller. He did once, as we were reminded. It was 10, but he got there. He's going to send this behind. No, he can't. He's up over a ball. I was going to say he's going to send this behind the 8 ball, but
well, bring the cue ball under the 4.
his cue ball is hampered. And right behind the 9, he may have left the shot here. See the right side of the 1 ball. I believe he can see the right side of the 1 ball. The high side as we look at the screen right now. You could see the whole ball. Interesting. Good shot.
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, I kind of feel like he's hit it too full, or fuller than he was intending to play. He was trying to bring the cue ball a bit more over under the 10. So kind of a guaranteed hit for Arsene. Oh, and I like how he's played this. If the cue ball tracks over, no, it's not enough. I was gonna say quite creative to bank the 1 into the 8 to stop the 1 ball. Just couldn't get the cue ball close enough to the 4-2. And we might see quite a trap on this. Cue ball 2 rails behind the 8-9.
He's got to. Did you go for the jump cue?
And then
He's gonna
what? You mean the jump
gonna
jump kick?
Yeah, he's going to jump kick at 2 rails, maybe 3.
I don't mind 2 rails.
That's perfect.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I mentioned in the beginning of the match. He is very comfortable with the jump cue. Actually, both players at the table are very comfortable with the jump cue. They just, I don't know why. We probably cursed them when we said they were good with it.
They haven't used it that much. We haven't seen too much of it.
Stop shot behind the 9. 1 ball tracking around. Just has to be careful not to make the 6.
The 6.
Ooh.
Now you got to call the 6. He has. Interesting that he prefers to jump this ball than to kick it. I think the kick carom is very, very doable, but look how good that's come out.
Yeah, and I think actually the 2 ball must be available to the bottom right.
Oh ho 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 ho. And up jumps the points of the side pocket. Must be cold in Florida.
Well, back to bunch of safeties. That's the one interesting thing with this format. Sometimes you just see players that miss a ball, then they're just instant selling out. But in some way, in this match, that has barely been happening. The only time that happened is when Robbie scratched from the 7 to the 8.
Uh-oh. I thought that could happen. He could scratch off the 1.
Well, does Robbie have a 1-4 combination? I mean, I'm probably thinking too aggressive, but I'm saying at some point I feel like you have to shoot something. You cannot just keep ducking. It works for a long time. Yeah, now actually, I heard someone clap in the crowd. But the 4 ball has locked up the 2 now completely.
Yeah, the 2 ball doesn't have a house.
It does now. And I think a shot on the 1 is available. But then again, this 1 ball, I mean, if you go for the cut, you have to run the cue ball into the 2 ball. You won't be able to hold it for the 2 in the center.
And reward? Looks like it is. It goes by the 9. Can get back for the 3. Capito could gain some momentum here winning this game and breaking the balls. come straight across and play the 3 to the corner pocket on the other side. He held it nicely for the side. Now he's going to have to go underneath the 10 and around the 5 to get on the 4. He's going to draw. Let's see what he's doing. Yep. That worked. Just don't go above the 8 with the cue ball here coming off this 4. Not only went above the 8, he went above the side pocket. Looks like he's playing himself into stroke, Tim. His last 3 shots have been stroke shots, getting ready for these 3 balls here and the next rack.
Well, definitely Capito, seeing how Arseny did not close out the last set, could have definitely given him some hope. Because Arseny was playing a good match. He played like over 900 player overall performance. Yeah. So to then still be going to a deciding set, you kind of feel like, hey, you know, I might get lucky. So he might be feeling like, you know, let's just enjoy the ride and see if I can get some good looks. I would say the answer is yes. He's now 2-0 up. This deciding race to 4.
Yeah, he does feel like he got a free roll there by winning that last set after Arseny came back three games in a row, which would give him the momentum to move on. But as you said, sometimes nothing comes easy in pool.
Well, I mean, I think we are the living proof. We have seen so many balls go quite far from the hole, even though they were supposed to be made. In the couple of years we've been doing this, and some of them, they were really easy and still be missed. So it's just never a guarantee. It's sport, and in sport I will believe it when it has happened. Not beforehand.
Believe it when I see it, huh? You're one of those. Are you from the Show Me State? No, you're from the Netherlands. Cue ball.
Cue ball. Oof. But now actually the whole match we've seen like weird patterns, clusters, no shape on the 1. And now the last couple games I feel like they are actually getting something on the 1 ball after the break. And I think it's all about the 1 ball on this. Make the 1, go 2 rails near the center of the table, 2-3 combination, and then the rack is up for grabs.
Tim, I like playing safe here. Well, he's close to the rail. I was going to say, I like drawing into the rail and up between the 6-7 and really put him in trouble. But he can make that ball, so no problem. He was looking at the combo.
Well, it's landed a bit off angle on the combination though. Could still play the combo and then a bank on the 2. But he's down 2-0, and if Robbie wins one more rack, that does guarantee him a shootout.
You know, somebody's going to call him for using a measuring device. He's using that Q-stick like a protractor.
Now the 5 doesn't go by the 8, and if he's playing to the bottom left, he will have to maneuver the cue ball most likely in between the 8-9 out. Bit of a shot to be played on the 5. Would have liked to have just the angle on the 4 to drop to the bottom a bit, to be straight on the 5 ball. So this is it.
He needs to avoid the 9 ball here. He's going to come 2 rails out of the corner, or is he going to come straight up with inside? But he needs to avoid the 9 coming 2 rails for the 6.
Is he going? No, he should play top left. No, he was so focused on the cue ball, he's missed the 5. Oh, this is a gift for Robbie. Look at this, the 5 ball just right on a platter. Dinner has been served.
Yeehaw!
I mean, it's just... Of course, still he should have run out, so the only one to blame is himself. But to leave your opponent straight in, almost natural angle. This has become a little bit of a thing though on the 6. And yeah, he's tried to hold it. Did he land straight, George?
It sure looks like it. I'm just wondering if he'll just go ahead and shoot this rail first. This is tough to get good on the 8. He can't get the cue ball off the rail. He complicated things by getting straight in. And he got it off the rail with a strong
not just
draw.
off the rail.
Yeah, strong draw shot.
It's landed absolutely perfect. Mini angle on the 8 to where if he stuns the cue ball, just lands right in between the 9 and the 10. And even if you run a little bit further, the 9 does go to the top right. Maybe a bit in between. As you can see, no hesitation to shoot this to the top corner. It's probably for the better if you play to the side. players are, you know, trying to cheat a little bit, trying to still be straight on the 10. If you play to the top corner, it's like make the ball and you will be straight on the 10.
He got there barely. It made him shake. Those 4 1/8 inch pockets. And there you have it. 3-0. No worse than a shootout here. He was 3-0 in the second set. Arseny stormed back to make it hill-hill. If he does that here, he'll send it to a shootout. You know, that last ball for that corner pocket will make your heart flutter a little bit.
Well, I'm quite sure that made Robbie a little nervous as well. Looked to be just slightly wide.
Yeah, a certain cameraman likes Robbie's cue. I believe he's sponsored by Perry, so I'm going to take a guess that's a Perry cue.
Correct.
Breaking for the 1 ball in the side. Got the point. Open 1, nothing down.
Well, this is the moment where Arseny will have to step it up once again, just like he did in the last set. He was down quite a bit in the second set. Came back all the way to hill to lose. Can he produce another one of these comebacks and at least get this match to a shootout?
He's going to have to settle for some distance on his 3 once he pockets the 2. Oh, he can cue it okay. I thought he was hampered by the 5.
Oh, it's come up a bit short. As you could see, the 3 ball was close to rattle. So it took a little bit of energy out of the cue ball. He's still looking to cut this. He's playing this with a lot of inside spin, I think so. Top left. Oh, top right, but he's getting himself in more and more trouble.
Another cut shot. Boy, he must play with a Ginzu knife, because I kind of saw that and I thought he might play it to the opposite corner. But I could tell, I knew he was going to play it to this side. Those are tough when you're going across the ball. And it looks like Capito is going to close this out without letting his opponent back to the table. 4 balls to go. Just hold your nerve.
Well, nonetheless, another great result for Arseny Sevastianov, finishing third in a 96-player field. A bunch of champions are there. Should definitely be proud. I'm sure he will be disappointed because he really likes to chase the top, and he should. Definitely at his age, the sky is the limit. Yeah, Robbie landing straight in on the 10. This is going to be it, George.
This could do the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen.
And down goes the 10. So it is Robbie Capito beating Arseny Sevastianov 2-1 in sets. Pretty close encounter. But it is the man from Hong Kong reaching the final, which will be played at 5:30 local Jacksonville time, between Robbie Capito and Joshua Filler. So hopefully we will get to see you back at 5:30 local time. George Teachea and myself, Tim de Ruiter, we will be signing off. But hopefully we will see you back at Billiard TV very soon.
Good night.